Our next honoree is Valerie Van Heest. Valerie Olson Van Heest has devoted her life to interpreting Great Lakes maritime history and shipwrecks to help preserve the region's historical record. Although she began her professional career in Chicago after earning a degree in architectural design, her true calling grew from an early passion for scuba diving, a sport she first embraced as a teenager while attending New Trier East High School. A pivotal moment occurred when Van Heest encountered a group of divers, archaeologists, my goodness, my tongue got tied, and historians who were documenting a shipwreck in Lake Michigan. Recognizing the value of her architectural drafting skills, the team invited her to participate in the project, an experience that launched a new career path for her. She co-founded the Underwater Archaeological Society of Chicago, and over the next decade, led major projects documenting significant Chicago shipwrecks while becoming a public speaker on maritime history. After marrying Jack Van Heest and relocating to West Michigan, the couple co-founded the Michigan Shipwreck Research Association, expanding her work to include the search for long-lost vessels. Since 2000, the association has located more than 20 historic shipwrecks and documented dozens of others in Lake Michigan. These discoveries led Valerie to write numerous articles, 8 books, present hundreds of public lectures, and appear on numerous television documentaries. She also co-founded the exhibit design firm Valerie Van Heest and Associates, which has created dozens of maritime and history museum exhibits. Her contributions have earned literary awards and national recognition, including induction into the Women Divers Hall of Fame, the Joyce C. Hayward Award for Historical Interpretation, and selection as Maritime Historian of the Year by the Detroit Maritime Historical Society in 2025. The first woman to receive that honor in their 56-year history, ladies and gentlemen. Valerie credits Mr. Clint Carlstrom, her senior year architectural drafting teacher at New Trier, for instilling the confidence that enabled her to pursue leadership roles in what was then a male-dominated fields of architecture and archaeology. I'm almost there. I'm going to get it in just a second, I promise. Hooked on phonics is failing me. Here we go. She also credits her New Trier education with fostering curiosity and a lifelong love of learning, qualities that allowed her to thrive well beyond the boundaries of her formal training. She is most proud of her 2 accomplished daughters who are also enjoying scuba diving. Please welcome to the stage Valerie Van Heest. Archaeological. I'm getting.
Believe me, this was tough.
It was tough. I'm going to work on it.
I went to school for architecture, and then I got involved in archaeology, and I founded a group here that was the Michigan Shipwreck Research Association, but I also worked for the we go by MSRA, but I also worked for an architectural firm called MSRA. So it has been a confusing number of years. So when I received the call from Dr. Peter Tragos telling me that I had been selected for this honor, my insecurities as the pimple-faced, wallflower, unpopular person in high school came rushing back. I knew about this New Trier Hall of Honor, although I have no idea who nominated me for this. But I was aware that luminaries such as Donald Rumsfeld and Senator Charles Percy and Sharon Rockefeller and Anne Margaret and Bruce Dern, they were among the honorees. And those whose names I didn't recognize, they were CEOs and doctors and humanitarians. And I remember thinking, how on earth do I belong on this roster? And so that question led me down a path of reflection. I came from humble beginnings. I was born in Evanston to children of immigrants. who in World War II years, they chose service over college, entering the military and the workforce. And only years later did I learn that they scrimped and saved, kind of like your story, AJ. They scrimped and saved to buy a modest house just over the border into Wilmette. And they did so that their only child could attend New Trier East. I had no idea that's why we lived in Wilmette. So that single decision really shaped my life. And what makes today especially meaningful is that I'm being honored for a career that I didn't formally study in college. While I hold a degree in architectural design, I'm recognized today as the shipwreck lady, an explorer, and maritime historian, author, museum exhibit designer, but I don't have degrees in archaeology, history, or English. So how did that happen? Well, the answer is simple. New Trier taught me not what to learn, but how to learn. And so I became a lifelong learner. And when I entered the arena of scuba diving and underwater archaeology in the 1980s, it was dominated almost entirely by men. I pushed through that challenge, and as you mentioned in your remarks, just last year I was made the Great Lakes Marine Historian of the Year. First woman in 56 years? Yeah. What were they thinking? Japers. So I also really credit New Trier for giving me the courage and confidence to step into that arena and stay. And let me tell you one little story. You mentioned Mr. Clint Karlstrom, a teacher, and in my senior year, I enrolled in an architectural drafting class. I knew I was kind of going down that path. And my first day walking into that class, I was the only girl in a classroom of about 30 guys. Really intimidating. For our final project, Mr. Karlstrom announced that there would be a first, a second, and a third place award for model building. And on judging day, the only girl in the class won first place. What I didn't know at the time is that Mr. Karlstrom had pre-ordered this little gold statue in the form of a woman, if you know what I mean. So that tells me that he believed in my potential. Stop laughing. That small trophy that I got from Mr. Karlstrom, I looked for it, I couldn't find it, but I remember it well. But that small trophy and today's honor are really the bookends of my career. So thank you, New Trier East, for teaching me not what to learn, but how to learn, and for showing me that I belong wherever my curiosity and determination take me. That is certainly a lesson that my husband, Jack, and I, who is my compatriot in all things underwater, saved my life. I talked to the students about that today. And so the lesson that I've learned, I've proudly passed on to our two daughters, and they are my most important accomplishments, Sella and Taya Van Heest, and Taya is with me tonight. So you're the best. Thank you very much, New Trier. Thank you.